Hey everybody, welcome to Real Brave Live on the YouTube. We've got a great show for you today. We're going to go back in time, August 1st, 1981. A cable television channel revolutionized, Kevin. Revolutionized the music industry. The channel launched...
VH1?
Nope.
Nope.
And initially focused solely on music videos. Its impact on popular culture was immediate, Kevin.
Fuse.
Nope. And it became one of the most influential and dominant forces in music and entertainment. Here on, we're going to talk about this here on
Real Brave Live.
Thank you very much. You got both those wrong.
Spike TV.
Wait, did you say Fuse?
Fuse.
Fuse, yeah. No.
Much Music.
Much Music.
Remember the Canadian channel, Much Music?
Oh, yeah.
BET.
Nice. Yes, Soul Train.
Here on Soul Train.
Yeah. I would have loved to have been on Soul Train, let me tell you, man.
That's the one where they dance down the aisle?
I don't know. It was just
Yeah.
lots of really... It always came on, I think, after the Saturday morning cartoons for some reason.
That rings a bell.
Which I don't understand.
That's the one where there's just lots of dancing.
Yeah, Soul Train. Here on Soul Train.
I won't bring up the non sequitur that I have related to Soul Train because it makes some people mad.
Let's not do that, okay?
And to now show that I'm not racist, it's it's Fish music overcut with clips from Soul Train.
That's like a record!
I knew it was coming too, but here we are.
You can't set me up like that.
I thought you had something interesting to say.
No. What would make you think that?
Well, because you're semi-smart, besides the shirt you have on.
Hey.
Well, I was gonna say he is dressed like Weird Al in 1984 on MTV, so that's a pretty good outfit for today's show.
The heat is at Marshall's.
You just gave it all away. Today we're talking about MTV 42 years ago.
Wow.
August 1st, 1981, they launched. It's crazy. I was a wee lad. You didn't exist, and neither did you.
I was almost existent.
Oh, really?
82, I was born. So
Let's talk about that. What happened? How'd you get here?
Well, two people who loved each other very much had too much whiskey one night, probably, and 9 months later, here I am.
This channel's age restricted, right?
I've given up. In an effort to find the listener, we've just given up. We used to be a music school. We are a music school, but we were very conscious of the listener and the parent. But now we're just talking, and it's okay to talk about things.
Yeah.
It's okay to talk about how Brian got here.
Yeah.
It's very unique.
Yes, the only person ever came into the world that way is me.
Yeah, I mean, I thought everybody was by divine intervention.
Stork.
I was
Yes.
grown in a lab.
I was grown soon.
In Wuhan.
Yeah.
Too soon?
Too soon. So MTV, or Music Television, is an American cable television channel that revolutionized the music industry somehow. The channel launched on August 1st, 1981, and initially focused just on music videos. Did you watch any MTV when you were a wee lad?
Yeah, when I was a wee lad, Total Request Live.
TRL.
With Carson Daly.
So was it TRL? Or is it just Total Request Live?
It was TRL.
And then we're getting like way ahead. Like,
yeah.
That wasn't even when it was good.
I wasn't there during the golden years, I guess, of MTV.
Okay. So before we start talking about like maybe some of the history, what was your experience of MTV, Brian?
I watched it a lot growing up. I was not allowed to watch it at first. My parents thought it was too risque. I was a VH1 only boy.
Heathen.
Yes.
You were a VH1 house.
We were, yes. But I would sneak over to MTV and
So-
feel really...
Brian,
feel
in this
really
house, we eat our vegetables and we watch VH1.
Exactly.
Video Hits 1 came thereafter. It's actually, there's a bit about that. MTV was first. How did do you remember how VH1 came about?
I don't know.
I don't either. But it was like MTV Lite. It was like you could watch VH1 and not get all of like the Madonna videos.
Yeah, like I was probably watching MTV starting when I was 9 or 10, so 91, 92. So like proto rap stuff was on there. A lot of Yo MTV Raps. There was still what was the show? What was Headbangers Ball? The metal show, 120 Minutes, the alternative show. There were a lot of shows that were sort of based on genre. Whereas I feel like everything at VH1 was just like easy listening ish.
It
With
was
some,
yeah.
with some hits in there, I guess.
You would get. I remember when VH1 first came out, they had some of the older stuff.
Yeah.
You would see like Foreigner, and then you would see I don't know, like older bands.
I feel like a misconception is that like music videos started with MTV, but there were music videos
from the 60s.
Decades before.
Yeah.
Ricky Rockman.
Oh, yeah.
So and then one thing I did want to bring up. So Adam Curry was a host on MTV. Adam Curry is one of the first podcasters.
Yeah, they call him the Podfather.
The Podfather.
Yeah.
Godfather. He's out there on Mount Podmore.
Yes.
With, Bruce Springsteen, Barack Obama, and Conan O'Brien.
Yes, Mark Maron.
Mark Maron, yeah.
And who did Serial? Sarah Koenig, who did
that's right.
Serial.
Yeah. I listened to Serial. It was good.
It was great. Yeah.
He's the Podfather.
The Podfather. Yeah.
Dude's 58 years old. One of the first ones to ever do a podcast.
Look how they massacred my pod.
Does anybody listen to it still?
Probably not.
That's crazy.
You know?
That's you know what? It's never good to be first. It's never good to be first.
The first TV shows weren't super successful. The first, all these things.
The first movie was, though, the train coming at the screen. People freaked out.
Yeah, first horror movies were pretty good too. My grandfather ran out of Frankenstein.
I went to see...
He ran a Frankenstein?
He ran out of Frankenstein.
Oh, ran out of, okay.
Yeah.
Like, he had a stockpile of
Yeah,
Frankenstein.
I thought
He was selling out.
Yeah.
He was a movie mogul. I saw Evil Dead the other night. That was...
The new one?
Wait,
The new one.
The new one.
Yeah.
Oh.
How is it?
It was great.
Wait, did you see the original ones?
I did.
Oh.
Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
Groovy.
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
That's all I remember.
Hail to the King, baby.
But it was a little bit more like they were taking it more seriously. It was less of a dark comedy and more of like a...
I like the dark comedy
like
aspect.
it's a horror movie with some one-liners, you know. Chelsea's a huge fan.
Oh, I'm beginning to dig this more and more. I'm a huge fan of those movies, and the show was pretty good too, I thought.
Oh,
Ash versus Evil Dead?
Yeah,
I didn't watch it. I heard it was good, though.
Yeah, it's good. It's dark comedy. The origins of MTV can be traced back to the early 1970s. I found this really interesting. So when Warner Cable launched a service called Cube in Columbus, Ohio.
Cube with a Q.
With a Q.
Is that a drop? It's a Q drop.
Oh, no, it's not a Q drop. This is 50 years before that.
JFK Jr.
He was,
As a teenager. It was
two-way interactive cable system that allowed viewers to interact with their television sets. But one of the features on Cube for the first time was something called Sight on Sound, which played music videos.
Oh.
Music videos were happening even before MTV happened.
Right.
You had the Beatles doing stuff. You had all sorts of one of the most famous ones is Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Don't Look Back. Yeah.
Subterranean Homesick
Homesick
Blues.
There it is. Very good, sir. I know we had you on for a reason. Yeah. And he was doing the signs. But it's very he's very famous for that. And Excess ripped that off later on.
Yeah.
And Excess did the video in the 80s when they were doing the signs as well.
Oh.
They ripped right off that.
Neat.
The channel was created by John Lack, a former radio DJ.
Did you say in X's?
In Excess.
In excess.
In Excess.
Have you thought it's been in X's the whole time?
No, in Excess.
Now it sounds
In Excess.
in excess.
In excess.
I said it wrong. It's INXS, in excess.
Right. But you're still saying like in access.
In excess.
In excess.
X. I pronounced the X. What do you want me to tell you?
More
Can
about
you
it.
settle this debate? Is it in excess or is it in excess?
In excess. It's like in excess of
In excess.
in excess.
Hey,
Yeah.
viewers in the comment, let us know what you think. Is it in excess or is it in excess?
It's in
I think
excess.
I think it's in excess.
That doesn't even mean anything. In excess.
I never really thought about this before. In excess.
In excess sounds
I'm
like
pronouncing the X.
But it sounds like if you typed into like a text-to-speech thing, it would say in excess. Like your GPS would say in excess instead of in excess.
Yeah. In a quarter mile. In excess.
So I've been pronouncing it wrong this whole time.
Possibly.
Definitely.
Just shattered
They were on
the world.
MTV. Trying to bring it back to the theme.
Yeah. So
It was the fun game you're playing.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
So, what was the first music video that aired on MTV on August 1st, 1981? Not Brian. Do not read it.
It was definitely.
It's the perfect song to be the first video on MTV.
Is it the Dire Straits song?
Nope.
What is it then? Out of Metallica.
Oh, no.
1981.
Prince.
1981. I guess Prince was around in 81.
Sonny and
Prince
Cher.
was around and short. What?
Michael Jackson.
No. So you were running it. The video killed the radio star by the Buggles.
Oh,
Video
okay.
killed the radio. It's a perfect song.
That is a fitting
little
song,
tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
It didn't necessarily kill the radio star, but it more, I guess, more or less enhanced the radio star.
Yeah. It gave
Video
it another,
enhanced the radio star.
Gave it another platform.
Sure.
That's
I
less
would-
catchy though.
I wonder if someone ever studied, like, did ugly musicians stop after MTV? Like, because on the radio, no one would know what you look like, right? You could sound great.
That's
and
why Reagan lost to JFK because they
Exactly.
started televising the debates.
Exactly.
and
So
they're like,
I wonder if that happened with
Reagan.
not Reagan.
Nixon.
Nixon.
Nixon. Yeah.
And then people were like, "I'm not voting for this creepy looking guy."
The creepy, sweaty guy.
Yeah. Apparently he was sweating a lot, right?
He was
Yeah.
sweating a lot.
Yeah, so I wonder if that happened with artists. Like, was there a drop off in ugly artists after MTV debuted?
Not for metal, because those are
No.
weird looking dudes, man.
Sure are.
Yeah.
Sure are.
Yeah. I think that's an interesting question. Can we dive into that some other time and unpack it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could talk about. Yeah, we could judge more musical artists based on their physical attributes like height and
Hey.
level of ugliness.
The numbers don't lie from last weekend.
That's true too. That's true.
I would have to say that if you look at David Lee Roth now and David Lee Roth then,
Not a handsome man.
I don't think he was a good-looking dude. He just happened to wear tight pants and have long hair. But
That
what
was
do
my
I
method
know?
for a long time too.
What's that?
That was my method for success for a long time too.
Really? Long pants? Long hair and tight
Long hair,
pants?
Tight pants, yeah.
Long pants and tight hair.
Yeah.
Over the course of the next 15 years, MTV acted as a conduit for musical exploration.
So, is this according to Business Insider again?
Is this Forbes?
Is this Forbes? It's the Atlantic, isn't it?
Well, it became part of society. So, like the song that I asked you to learn really quick. Yeah. It became ingrained into society. So, Dire Straits started writing songs about songs on their MTV.
Yep.
The guitar
Yeah.
and other things, Brian.
Yeah. They did.
Other words, apparently.
Yeah. Words that we can't say on the radio anymore.
Oh.
Uh,
Or anywhere.
Or anywhere. Yeah, absolutely.
Not nice.
So I guess, we represent 3 different generations of MTV viewers here. I'm curious, Dan, what is your MTV when you think of
you
what?
say that as if you're so much younger than Dan. You guys are like 3-4 years apart.
I'll be 41 in June.
Well, okay, so 7 years. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'll give it to you.
And when were you born?
89.
So you're 7 years younger than me. It's exactly
Okay. All right.
There is a triangle of 7 here.
There is, yes.
I'm looking out over and I just see just 2 Gen Xers just Gen Xing it up over here. Talking about the
Technically, he's
80s.
not a Gen
Technically,
Xer.
I am an elder millennial.
You're an elder
Yeah.
millennial?
or a geriatric millennial, as
My
I sometimes
brother.
say.
A proto millennial?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He looks at sleep pods like, oh, back in my day, we didn't have sleep pods.
Yeah. I
We
feel
had
more Gen X.
num-num breaks.
I feel more Gen X than millennial,
He's
but
a
I'm.
paleo millennial.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so Dan, what is when you think of MTV? What are some videos that pop into your head? Is just like,
Oh, Laura Branigan.
okay,
I think of Madonna, of course. Like, you just think of, like, really weird... Tina Turner, The Police. Definitely early metal. Like Quiet Riot. Twisted Sister. Because that was, like... It was all rebellious. It was all new. And then when it came on there, it was, like, shocking. Because you had, like... Family Ties on one channel, and then you flip over and you see like Twisted Sister, and it was so different.
That started the whole. It contributed to the whole, like in the late 80s, early 90s, parents
The
legislation.
PMRC, the Parents Media Resource Center, I believe.
Is that the Al Gore thing?
That's Al Gore's wife was a big part of that. Yeah.
Tipper Gore.
Yeah, with the parental advisory stickers on CDs and that. But yeah, that all started partly in MTV. People felt like their kids were being exposed to these deviant ideas.
Yeah, sure.
I turned out okay. I mean, I couldn't wait to turn on the. Did you just do the?
Did you just give a Jim to the camera?
Yeah.
Did you get that on camera?
I'm using the wide shot, so no, it didn't quite get the full effect.
You turned out all right.
I turned out okay. I mean, some people would disagree that if I turned out okay or not, and they're not my friends.
Yeah, so by the time that I was watching MTV, it was probably less rebellious than it was when you were watching it. But like some of the videos, the Smells Like Teen Spirit video, Nirvana, like that was a huge video that changed kind of MTV and society.
Whoa. That was 1992. What were you doing prior to that?
Playing
VH1?
Little League and watching VH1 and cartoons and stuff. I don't know. I was 10 in 92. I feel like that's an appropriate age to be watching MTV.
I don't know.
No?
I don't know. My mom was very strict with the MTV thing. Like when Poison came out with their new album in 1986, 1987, and like we were all freaking out. And then you had Run DMC coming out with their album, and then the Beastie Boys talking about all sorts of just bad stuff.
Yep.
With
you gotta fight.
You gotta fight for your right. Yeah. So
And
I was like, maybe 9, 10, 11.
So the age that I was when I'm talking about this, but I'm being judged for it. Cool.
All right, well, I like to judge you.
I get it. It's cool.
Real cool.
Yeah. Awesome.
Let's just manipulate Brian's words to make me look better.
I remember Intergalactic being a great music video.
Yeah, Beasties.
Yeah.
The giant robot coming down from space.
Yeah, Kevin, what were some other formative music videos from your childhood?
So when I was like 10 and 11, at number 1 was Nookie. And number 2 was like Freak on a Leash by Korn. I remember both of those videos viscerally. I also remember a lot of like Britney Spears.
Yep. A lot of boy band videos probably.
Boy band. Oh, Backstreet. Backstreet's
They're
back.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Was that part of the the writing process?
Yeah. Yeah. Backstreet, what are they? They're back?
What do you guys think for a chorus? How about Backstreet's back? All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Well, MTV acted as a conduit for musical exploration, like I was saying.
Yeah, I guess so.
That totally natural phrase you've now said twice.
Championing both emerging and established artists. So then you had major record labels that eagerly sought to feature their content on MTV's platform. I tried to look up whether or not their artists in the beginning were paid for royalties. I couldn't find it.
I would guess not, maybe. I don't know.
I couldn't find it. Like I looked it up. That there was, I think later years, there's evidence that you were paid per. Like they had to modify contracts.
Yeah,
to do that.
I think at the beginning it was probably just people were happy. Like a lot of bands that weren't super big had videos and they needed to fill 24 hours, and so lesser known bands were getting on television. They were probably just happy for the exposure at some point.
Yeah, 120 minutes, my favorite show.
The best show.
Oh man, it's the best. When that came on, it always came on at night too, right? It was
I think it was
12 o'clock,
midnight. Yeah, midnight to 2.
So if you're not familiar with 120 minutes, was like the alternative music.
I thought it was just like a longer version of 60 Minutes.
It was not. No, it was not.
Barbara Walters not on 60 Minutes. But that's a whole other story.
And I'm Bow Wow Wow Wow.
Oh,
She was 2020.
Oh, so sorry.
Come on. Please get your
120
nightly
minutes
news from the 80s right.
So that was like, I was a cool teenager. Like I had long hair, man,
And basketball shorts.
I had long shorts.
I've seen the pictures of you.
There's not basketball shorts.
There's one picture of Dan where he's playing in a band and he's wearing like basketball shorts. Like
long. Listen, let me set the record straight here, viewer.
No fake news on this channel, I'll tell you.
I will not be pigeonholed into basketball short fashion. The fashion back then was big.
Yes.
Everything.
Junkos.
Yes.
Gigantic shirts. Gigantic everything.
Jinkos.
Sounds like you shouldn't say that. Is that a word we can say?
It is.
It's because it's just JNCOS.
Yeah.
Yes,
It
Jinkos.
sounds wrong. It doesn't roll off the tongue. normally.
No.
No.
For those that don't know, these are the jeans you could fit a family of 6 in.
Yeah.
Like just the gigantic jeans. you would wear.
It's just wide leg.
Yeah.
You know, they fit you, but they were
Right.
just they looked like, I don't know,
Sure.
like jorts.
They're jorts, but supersized jorts.
Do you mean like a jert?
No,
Is it
jean
jeans-
shorts.
Jean skirt?
Jean short.
Jean jorts.
Jean shorts.
Yeah,
Jorts.
I don't think we
Jorts.
should be saying any of these words.
That sounds so offensive.
So eventually,
I'm offended.
during that
jort.
during that time, Viacom, like any nice household name, saw how to make money with this, and they bought the brand, right? And they acquired the entire enterprise, and then had offshoots, just like Australia, MTV Brazil, MTV Europe, MTV Moon, MTV Uranus, in Uranus, MTV 2. Now MTV 2 was what? It was like an alternative.
Yes, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's when MTV started showing stuff like The Real World and whatever. And MTV 2 was supposed to be the just music videos part of it.
So yeah, that's when I started getting on board. Was
Okay.
around the proliferation of like reality TV, MTV.
So The Real World started in the early 90s.
1992.
Yeah, and that was sort of the first thing I remember on MTV being... No, I guess there was Remote Control, the game show that was on MTV.
Love that. Carrie War. I had the biggest crush on her.
I think that's a generational tale right there. Like
Yeah.
a lot of guys around your age.
Just absolutely. Ken Orr, is that his name?
Ken Orr, yeah.
Yeah.
Adam
But
Sandler was on there.
Sandler was on there?
Yeah, him and Colin Quinn were two of the
Oh, that's right. Colin Quinn was on there.
were like the goofballs on the show.
Oh, but I didn't know Sandler was on
Yeah.
there. I don't remember that at all. Colin Quinn. That guy has been around forever.
I have a short list of reality shows that aired on MTV.
But you got to start with The Real World.
The Real World is number 1.
Yeah.
Road Rules.
Road Rules is up there. True Life.
Yep.
The Road Home. Fear.
Fear. Let's stop right there.
Okay.
That's a great show. Do you remember that?
No.
So that was supposedly like I started watching this on YouTube recently because it was messed up. That came in the later 90s. Or maybe Anyway, it was like putting 4 people in a room but scaring the living crap out of them by like putting them in an old hospital and having them stay there for the night. And all this like strange stuff would happen. The one I remember the best was they had the dare was a kid had to sleep in this cage that was hanging above like this. This is where they used to torture like people in the way back time.
Neat.
And he had to stay there in the complete darkness, and he was freaking out. Or another one where they put him in a coffin,
Oh, okay.
and they had to they poured dirt on him, and he had to stay there overnight. It was a really good show. You don't remember that at all?
No.
I know Fear Factor, but that wasn't on MTV.
No. That was like eating bugs and whatnot, right?
Yeah,
That's
there was-
gross.
There was there was always eating something gross or getting covered in bugs or jumping off a high building.
No
but
bugs.
being attached to like a harness, so it's like not actually.
Would you
dangerous.
eat a bug?
Nah, depends.
Like no, seriously, like a big helping of just like ants and just eat them for like $100 or $1,000.
$1,000, yes.
You would do that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You would eat. We've heard this here first. Real Brave Live. Kevin would actually eat a spoonful of bugs.
Because you know what you would get for
What?
$1,000? You would get a Hampton Bay shower stall, the walls, the glass, and the base for $996.
So I think we just start a GoFundMe for Kevin's $1,000 bug.
Are you saying you just need a bathroom?
Yeah, I've been going in the yard.
Well, don't whore yourself out for.
No, I will. In fact, next episode, if you bring bugs on this this broadcast, I will eat them live on air for $1,000.
Oh, for $1,000. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
U.S. currency?
Yes.
Okay, just make sure.
USD.
Okay.
Not Monopoly money.
No.
Not pesos or whatever we get, like the lowest
I'll take some Bitcoin.
yen.
If you got Bitcoin lying around, I'll take that.
1,000 yen.
The Bitcoin scam, if you will.
I got more reality shows. It's just a short list.
Okay, go ahead.
The Road Home, Fear, WWF, WWE, Sunday Night Heat, Becoming, Jammed, Dismissed, Flipped, Vice, FM Nation.
That's way
Making
too
the
many.
Band.
It's way too many. Are we up to date yet?
No. Burned, Punked,
Punked. That was with what's his face?
Ashton
Ashton
Kutcher.
Kutcher. Sure, yeah.
Ashton Kutcher. Kutcher?
Kutcher.
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 Make sure you get your pronunciation right in
Kutcher.
excess.
Kutcher. Viva La Bam, Wade Robson Project, High School Stories, Pimp My Ride, I Want a Famous Face.
Have you said Jackass yet?
No, I've not said Jackass yet.
Are you still going on this? Because this is boring.
Sex with Mom and Dad.
What?
That
What?
only aired for a year.
I wonder why.
That's so weird. House of Jazz.
Quite an accomplishment.
Jersey Shore, making his band. Styled, making the band. Hired, Mega Drive, My Life as Liz, The Buried Life, The Dude.
All right, hold on. It's enough. It's enough. We get the point.
I do want to throw some love to one particular show,
What?
MTV comedy show from the 90s called The State. Remember The State? The sketch comedy show? Anyone out there watching, look up The State. Fantastic
I
stuff.
don't remember it.
It's so good.
I think MTV flipped the script, if you will, on television. If you just start with The Real World, forget all that other stuff. A couple of decent ones in there. Jackass, obviously. Did you say get to Jackass yet?
We mentioned Jackass.
Okay.
Jackass is great. I got in trouble when I was like 12 or 13 because
Yeah.
we had a group of friends. We had a Jackass club.
Okay.
And
Were you
we made a sign for it. And,
did you do anything, or are you just a bunch
yeah,
of
well,
jackasses?
yeah, we would just like push each other around in like shopping carts and like crash into stuff and be dumb.
You didn't try to swallow a firecracker?
No, we didn't snort wasabi.
True story. When Jackass first started, I was working at a movie theater, and there were kids in the town who would do dumb stuff like that.
Yeah.
And one kid put his hand, I guess, in some, I don't know if it was like kerosene, but lit his hand on fire. But it just burns off. It doesn't really burn your hand,
Right.
but it wouldn't burn out. So he kept going. He kept trying to like shake his hand off, and he shook it into the window of the outside of the movie theater, and the whole theater window crashed on him, like glass everywhere. And then he freaked out because he broke this window and tried to run away, slipped on the glass. It was like this horrible
like
incident.
Final Fantasy.
Yes, and so
Or
Final Destination.
Destination.
Yes,
Final
Final
Fantasy.
Fantasy is very different.
Yeah.
But I was saying you should be lucky that your Jackass Club did not, have any serious
no,
trauma.
we got nipped right in the bud. My parents were like, "Are you stupid?" And I said, "No, I'm a Jackass."
What are you, Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
But The Real World changed everything. And then, so I guess it leads me to the point of what I wanted to get to today was you get to the point where you're watching, you grow up with MTV. MTV evolves, gets bought out by a major conglomerate. They find something else to do with MTV, and it evolves to something else a long term, which is programming.
Yeah.
They got the shows, they got all this stuff. We used to say, like, oh, what happened to MTV? They used to have videos, right? It used to be like a thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, now they have the Osbournes and Till Death Do We Part, Carmen and Dave, the Ashley Simpson Show, Newlyweds, Nick and Jessica, Till Death Do Us Part. Oh wait, I said that. Meet the Barkers, Run's House, Cheyenne, Robin Big, There and Back, Adventures in Hollywood.
My point is MTV going to be remembered for whatever that is, or the music videos that preceded that?
Depends on who's doing the remembering, I'm sure.
Yeah, what has more of an impact on society for the better?
Oh, the music videos for sure.
For your opinion, yeah. But what about the Kardashians on music MTV?
I don't think
That
so.
was E! Entertainment Television.
Is the Jersey people on
Jersey Shore, yes.
That's on MTV.
Oh God,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. See, I would say that the music video stuff was more revolutionary at the time because it had never been done before. I mean, reality TV was revolutionary too, but once MTV did it, everyone else did it. Right? It went from just an MTV thing to like every channel has reality programming. Whereas no one else really picked up the music video thing. That was their thing. That's it.
Yeah.
Tila Tequila.
Teal Tequila.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about her?
Tequila.
That was the show.
She had a big personality.
Yes.
MTV, their impact on the music industry can't be overstated. I mean, prior to MTV, most people experienced music through through radio, vinyl records, and concerts, right? But now it's in your home, and bringing music videos into people's homes changed everything, including fashion, right? Because now you're seeing what these people look like. What Cyndi Lauper looks like. And what was the guy in the video? He used to be a wrestler.
Captain
Green.
Lou Albano.
Oh.
Lou Albano.
Captain Lou
Very
Albano,
nice. Tom Green.
Tom Green. You remember the Tom Green show?
Yes.
Yes.
This is the Tom Green Show.
Yeah.
It's not the Green Tom Show. This is my favorite show.
The Bum Bum song was one of my
Yes.
favorite songs.
Yeah.
Andy Milonakis. Are you guys young enough for that one?
Yeah. Got peas on my head. Don't call me a pea head.
Smear cream cheese in my gold locket.
It even had impact on the presidential election. So in 1992, the presidential election and its coverage was widely credited with helping one Bill Clinton win the presidency. The political coverage was geared towards younger voters and helped them engage in a new generation of voters.
Rock the vote.
Rock the vote. Yeah,
Yeah.
it changed the trajectory of the next 8 years until we were blown up. And then that's it. Everything ended. Right, Brian?
Yeah, it's all over.
It's all over now.
Yeah, I think MTV also just let everything move faster, right? Like fashion, you said. If a video debuted on Monday with Michael Jackson or somebody wearing something interesting, by Friday people could be doing that. Whereas that just didn't happen. You know, I guess it could happen maybe on the cover of a magazine or something, but magazine readership was not the same as MTV. I mean,
No.
if video was on MTV, essentially the entire country was seeing it at
That's
one
true.
time.
Take that and put it into your Trapper Keeper.
Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yes.
Let's get it on.
That was a lot of fun. That was a fun show to watch as a 10, 11-year-old.
What was the show with
Violence.
it had like the weird skits and like the cartoon, the cartoons on it?
Oh, we didn't even mention
Beavis
Beavis
and
and
Beavis and
Butthead.
Butthead.
How did we not mention Beavis and Butthead? Come on.
No. Oh my god. I'm totally
Liquid
forgetting.
Television? That was the cartoon show.
What is it?
Liquid Television?
Liquid Television, and it had
Aeon Flux?
and Flux. Excellent. Very good. Endless, useless knowledge. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
And Flux, but that show had that one skit, "Dear Mom." Remember that?
No.
Dear Mom, it's been 30 days since I've written to you. But it's like this weird like skit where like nothing's really happening and like it's kind of violent. It was very violent actually.
There was a lot on MTV that was just weird.
yeah.
Like, there was
It's
space
experimental.
there was space for weirdness on television. Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that you can't see anymore on television, but you can get that on the internet. So there's really no reason for it.
I mean, in some ways, I think MTV was like the proto-internet in terms of pop culture stuff, where you'll be on Twitter or whatever kids use nowadays. I don't know. I'm the oldest man in the universe right now, but I don't know what kids use.
MySpace.
Kids,
yeah.
get off of Twitter.
Kids are on Friendster today, and so something funny happens, and then it's everywhere. But that's MTV. A video would debut, and a couple days later, you'd see it 20, 30 times a day. It was just played constantly.
Sure. But MTV today is a shell of what it used to be. Apparently, it's just mostly shows.
Yeah, it's reality TV. Pimp My Ride, Date My Mom.
Date
Celebrity
my
Cribs.
mom.
Enjoy My Mom. Thanks.
These are all probably canceled shows.
Are they real shows? Pimp My Mom.
No, that's Pimp My Ride and Date My Mom. Although Pimp My Mom would probably be a great show.
It would be a great show. Yeah.
Do killer numbers today.
And
I think it's more of it's like the 50s, Howdy Doody. It's stuff that the 80s and the 90s kids will remember about the past, but the kids today will be like, "What are you talking about, Dad?" Like my kids don't talk about MTV. Do yours?
No, not at all.
Not at
but
all.
But I wonder, like, do your kids watch music videos? If they like an artist, they even know what. I
No.
don't think my daughters have any
No.
idea about videos.
No. My favorite video is WAP.
what's that stand for?
It stands for Women and People. And that's the show.
Is that implying
guys.
that women aren't people?
Women aren't people? Yes. Women aren't people. So if you had to pick one video from the millions of videos that are out there, what would be your favorite video? Help me, God. I just asked.
Thanks so much for asking. That would be Down with Disease, the only music video ever produced by the band Fish. That's spelled with
I thought you were
PH.
mispronouncing "down with the sickness."
No, Down with Disease.
Okay.
1996. Great music video. A lot of fun.
Did it have a plot?
Yes.
Did it though?
Yes. They dove. They were started in a living room, and they dove into a fish tank, and then it became a fun concert.
Was anybody sober?
Probably.
I
Sure.
doubt it.
Sure.
I highly doubt it.
For me, it would be one of the videos that Spike Jonze directed for MTV. He did so many cool videos. He did Beastie Boys "Sabotage,"
Ooh.
which is a fantastic
That's a good
video.
video, yeah.
He did Bjork's "It's Oh So Quiet," which is a really fun video. He did like the coolest, weirdest videos. The Christopher Walken Fatboy Slim video where he's just
that's a good one. But that wasn't.
choice.
It wasn't that. That wasn't really him dancing, right?
For a lot of it was. I don't think it was him. Like, obviously, he jumps off like a ledge at the end. That's not him. But a lot of the dancing, I think, is him. Yeah.
You Can Call Me Al is a great music video.
That is a great music video. Yes.
Chevy Chase on the tenor saxophone.
Yep.
For me, it would have to be the most overblown, but highly anticipated would be the Guns N' Roses trilogy.
Yes.
Do you know what they are, Kevin?
Is November Rain.
That is the middle piece of the trilogy, I
Yes,
believe.
sir.
I saw a great
Wait,
clip
don't
of that.
no wait, hold on a second.
No, I saw a great clip of that, or it was the camera panning past Slash, and he's doing his guitar solo in that. But like what it really sounded like in that shot, which was just like. Yes.
Yeah. Can you name the other two videos from that?
Welcome to the Jungle.
No.
No.
Sweet Child of Mine.
No.
It's the wrong album.
I think I know
this
them.
one.
Okay.
Is it Patience and Don't Cry?
Don't Cry is the first one,
Okay.
I believe. And then the third one. Yeah. Don't Cry is the first one. November Rain is the second one. The third one is Estranged.
Estranged.
Yes. Are you happy about that? Look at you. You're so happy. But where does Mark Knopfler sit in all this with his microwave oven? That sounds like the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
You put fuzz on that? How did Sting get involved in that song? Do you know that?
They wanted to. They wrote that melody and thought it was too close to "Don't Stand So Close to Me," and so they called him up. The end of "Don't Stand So Close to Me," like the "Please don't stand." So there's that little like, and so it was too close to that, and so they called Sting up and asked him if he would do it as like a fun thing.
Oh my God!
Told you, useless font of information.
That's amazing that you know that. I'm going to continue to rely on you for things like that while Kevin figures this out. You okay over there? Stick your fingers inside the electronics while it's plugged in. See what happens.
Maybe.
You got a little gain on that thing? What is that? A Bachner? TW? Did you get that thing fixed?
I did, and it got busted again.
What'd you do? He learned that in 2 seconds. It's pretty close.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it sounds like the Rolling Stones song.
Which one?
Yeah, right? Which song does that sound?
Is that Brown Sugar?
Yeah, Brown Sugar.
Yeah.
Right?
Kind of. Yeah.
Can you look up Brown Sugar and see if it's the same riff? And then can we sue them on behalf of...
The Mark Knopfler.
Mark Knopfler's still alive. isn't
He's still kicking around. Yeah.
Brown.
He's a British? I didn't know he was British. Sultans of Swing. You did that with who?
Who?
Didn't you do Sultans of Swing with one of your students?
Mike. It wasn't Brown Sugar.
Am I hearing us?
Oh, man, that sounds like something. If you know out there, please put it in the comments. I can't think of it right now. I think we're just about out of time here. It's 3:05. We're going to get back to work. Anything else we want to say about MTV? Oh, we want to talk about Real Brave, too, right? Don't we?
Yeah, what is Real Brave, Dan?
Oh, well, it is a music school online. You can log in at realbraveaudio.com, create your own account, get a free month of lessons or a
Heyo.
free lesson if you want. Actually, let's go with free month today. See if
Yay.
anybody can comment free month below. And
Mention promo code.
Promo
MTV.
code,
Microwave oven.
microwave oven. We have a unique suite of apps that you can use for your learning pleasure for instruments like guitar, piano, drums, vocals, all that stuff. Follow us at all the socials at Real Brave Inc. But that's what we do. We're a music school. So if you want some great lessons, you need to sign up today. And today was about MTV. and its contribution to music as we know it. What else do we want to go out with MTV and anything else regarding that?
Waiting for the time where I can finally say.
And that's it, folks. That's it. Anytime the fish starts coming in, it's time to go. So,
It's a good rule of life.
When what?
It's a good rule for life.
Yeah. Too bad their concerts are 3 hours long, and nobody remembers
It should
them.
be longer.
It should be longer. We'll see you next week here on
Real brave.